Let me tell you about a run of miracles I've had. 3 or so in a row. I'm not ostensibly looking for a partner in life. On the other hand, we all want friends, don't we? And of course, if you have friends with the opposite sex, then, oh goodness, you don't want it to be misunderstood that it's going to be a marriage situation that you're looking for, because you might not be looking for such unless someone really unbelievably suitable suddenly came along, but I'm not requiring that. Ideally, goodness, rationally, God is surely more than enough, infinitely more than enough. I mean, just perfect, isn't it? I mean, you've got God's company with you always. You don't need company more than that. You can be a blessing and you can enjoy such, but you don't need it. No way. So, I was rather pleased to find that 2 ladies that had me in mind, I'm afraid, I'm quite clear on that, vanished basically from the scene in a couple of days. One has returned to a previous husband of some years back. Wow, that came out the blue. How lovely, bless them both. And the other decided not to visit, but to go on to somewhere else, because I'm not sure really why. Perhaps someone whispered in her ear, I'm not suitable for her. I don't know. I wouldn't be at all surprised. I have 1 or 2 enemies, you understand. Thank you, Heavenly Lord. Heavenly Father, thank you. It's a great relief to me, because of course I didn't want to hurt their feelings. Goodness, I didn't want to hurt their feelings. But I don't want them to I don't want to necessarily be in a marriage relationship with them, for goodness sake. That's major, and as you know, my track record of success is arguably not very good long term. Although I console myself. I was married for 18 years, and 18 years again, and then 7 years, and the great bulk of that time was extremely blessed. Wonderful, in fact, at times. Absolutely, you would say, perfect from a worldly point of view, and in a sense from a heavenly point of view. But to get back to it, it has to be the right person, doesn't it? And we don't want to mean that selfishly, and yet at the same time, we do. It has to be right for you, not wrong. I mean, we do marry out of charity at times. We're not sure, but we'd like to be a blessing to the other person and give it a go, because they're so keen, and that seems lovely, and yeah. But, well, I don't know. Perhaps you know better than me, despite my great experience. Yes, thank you, Heavenly Dad. But to return to where I started, yes, had some lovely miracles, and a third little miracle which you might have thought was Well, of course, I'm better. I've got well from feeling sick for the better part of a week, having some really rotten nights where you can't sleep, and you can't get away from the discomfort. That's horrible, isn't it? But the days tended to be much better, and things got better. And healing's always a miracle in that sense, isn't it? We are wonderfully and fearfully made, and who knows how often God just cuts across things and rescues us. Thank you, Heavenly Dad. But yes, I had another little miracle yesterday. I'd jammed up my juicing machine that juices fruit and vegetables and so on. I'd put too much leafy stuff through there, which wasn't leafy, it was more stalky and fibrous, and the parts just jammed. I'd switched off immediately, of course, but I couldn't get them apart. Oh my goodness. And I spent about a quarter of an hour, 20 minutes, with all my tools out and everything, and I just thought sort of vaguely, well, I may as well, since my landlady, so to speak, was in the kitchen. I said, I can't unblock my food mixer thing. She said, try hot water. It might just cause the plastic to expand faster than the plastic inside, and free the two parts. She didn't say it quite that complicatedly, but that's what it meant. And we did, and it did. I thought, wow, because I was really, how you can get very frustrated about very minor things. I had actually got to the point where I thought, well, I'll leave it and ask my friend, who is a physicist, would you believe? And he'll manage to find some way of handling this and sorting it out. He'll find a way around it, if anyone does. And it's not the end of the world anyway, if I have to, well, it would be pretty costly to find another machine, mind you, but still. Yes. But anyway, I didn't need to, did I? Thank you, Heavenly Dad. You want to look for the miracles in your life and delight in them and thank God for them, so that each miracle pulls you into heaven. Not to the miracle worker, not to the healer, not to the avatar, but to God. That's rather important, or you'll go way off beam. Yeah. So, count your blessings, I think it used to be said, doesn't it? Every day. And that's a very good habit. Write down what your miracles are especially, but your blessings each day. You drove safely, you avoided such and such a problem, bought so-and-so, how nice, met such and such, had a good talk with so-and-so. It was sunny, you had a good walk, or you bought some good things at the shop, and, you did your exercises, you feel fulfilled, you had a worship time, you had a good time thinking of God. Or in my case, I got some new recordings to show for the day, and some have been published today, and so on. So list your blessings, write them in your diary. Read what you did this time last week, this time last month, or yesterday. Just remind yourself of the goodness of God to you and those you care for. Bless you, and you'll realize just how blessed you are. And that joy and peace will give you hope and assurance and the generosity of heart that speeds you